Welcome to part 2 of Loveless's astrology reading on Bobby Lyte's dating disaster, his show, Bobby I Love You Purr, Season 1. We continue next by talking about Venus, the planet of love. Despite Bobby, the cold prince's energy, Venus is in Leo, and that's appropriate for a dating show, as Leo represents entertainment. It's also in the 7th house of relationships, an argument of a relationship happening. However, Venus is opposing Saturn, something you don't want to see in a relationship chart when you want a new relationship or to continue on. This aspect represents separation, divorce. So Venus appears to show here a breakup on the dating show, specifically on the Bobby I Love You Purr reunion. If you've watched other Loveless astrology videos, you might have heard Loveless mentioning that Venus can be bad in the 7th house, as it can represent infidelity. The person we're interested in has another love. Rings true here. On the show, Bobby's choice island boy had relations with someone else, instead of giving all his attention to Bobby. Let's look at the dating show itself, and how it progressed. The show is represented by Mercury in Libra. Loveless finds that Mercury often comes up for gay people, and it comes up again here. Mercury in Libra, the sign of relationships, and in relation to Saturn, accurately displays a show about competing for Bobby's love. Next, we talk about the house in the chart which would represent the show, the 5th house. Mars, at the 5th house cusp, is no good, and shows fighting and arguing. The 5th house is also associated with dating and romance. Arguing and fighting is pretty incompatible with this. This Mars is pretty strong in its negative influence. It's one of the strongest planets in this chart. It's joined to 2 fixed stars that are inauspicious to someone trying to find love, Hyades and Prima Hyades. Mars conjunct Hyades by 38 minutes. Hyades, a cluster of stars in Taurus, is associated with licentiousness, greediness, and the lust for power. Nature of Mars. Mars conjunct Prima Hyades by 26 minutes. Prima Hyades is the leading star of the Hyades cluster. Brings sudden events, reversals, tears, sometimes violence. Nature of Mercury and Saturn. Some more negative influence. There were definitely tears and violence on the show. One cast member felt so uncomfortable they quit the show. Loveless thinks Hyades is showing how some weren't on the show just for Bobby, but also to gain clout. Mars is joined to a Greek lot, which shows a theme at play, marriage contracts. That brings all that negative energy Mars has to the relationship with the winner, Island Boy. Lastly, the Sun is square Mars here too, and Mercury is trine Mars. This is another sign of intense fighting between men in the house, and war between egos. That's it for part 2. Next, in part 3, we talk about the success or lack thereof of the show, and the show's winner, Island Boy.